So you're thinking about moving to San Antonio? Everybody always talks about how affordable San Antonio is compared to other major cities out here in Texas, and it is very affordable. But the real question is, how does it actually feel to live here in San Antonio after you've moved, after you've settled in? Yes, you're gonna settle into your home and your kids are gonna maybe get into sports and you're gonna get into that day-to-day life. And so I'm here to share with you what it's really gonna cost, including some of those things that people forget to budget for and some of the hidden costs. And if you've already seen my other videos, this is going to be a deeper dive into the cost of living and budgeting here in San Antonio. If this is your first time to my channel, I want to be the first to say welcome. I'm going to share with you everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and the surrounding suburbs. Hit the subscribe button below so that way you don't miss out on the newest videos and the current market trend here in the San Antonio area. My name is Tracy. I am a mom to 5 and your local San Antonio realtor. My family and I have lived in San Antonio for the last 10 years. We moved here in 2016, right before my son was born. My team and I love helping people make their move and transition to the San Antonio area, whether that's in 1 week or 1 year. We'd love to connect with you. All of our information is down below in the description area, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. Please remember to subscribe, like this video, so that way you can be the first to find out about the newest videos that come out. We can't wait to help you make a smooth and pain-free transition to the San Antonio area. So let's do a little recap on housing. Yes, it's still more affordable than the other major cities out here in Texas, including Austin, Dallas, and Houston. The median home price is still sitting around $330,000, which is about 4% up year over year. The average price actually climbed to about a little over $401,000, which is actually 7% above year over year. This increase definitely demonstrates that there's demand, especially in the mid to upper tier segments of the market. In terms of rentals, you're looking at around still about $1,800 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. But property taxes in Texas are a lot higher than people are used to. So even though the initial sticker price may look great, when you look at the property taxes and you take that into consideration, and also the insurance, it can be a bit of a sticker shock. On a more personal note, when we bought our first house out here in San Antonio, we loved the price point. It was great. It was actually priced significantly lower than the appraised value, and it definitely needed some work. And that first year mortgage, it was great. We were able to, make it all work within the budget. But then the second year, insurance increase, property taxes increase, and that definitely increased our overall mortgage. And so obviously, just a slight plug, if you haven't done so already, make sure that you protest your property taxes year over year. I'm gonna run across the street. You want to make sure that you protest your property taxes, just because you want to make sure that you're not going to be paying the highest price point of your neighborhood, and it definitely helps with your overall mortgage as well. And this is just a plug. If you do not like to do your own property taxes, highly recommend that you look into OnWell, because they are a property they can protest your property taxes for you, and what they do is they'll do all the work for you. They do all the groundwork. They'll go to the hearings and everything, and they will actually charge you 25% of the amount that they save you. So for example, if they save you $200 a year on your property taxes, you actually only pay them $50. I think that's a pretty great deal, especially since they are doing the work and you're not having to do it. So let's talk about utilities. Utilities in San Antonio is something that people underestimate. CPS Energy is the energy provider here in San Antonio. They do electricity and they do gas. And actually within your CPS bill, you will actually also see trash that is incorporated into there. In the summertime, your AC bill can go anywhere up from $200 to maybe $400, and that actually really is dependent on the square footage of your home. Water is actually pretty reasonable out here still. I think, for our family, we average about $100, and like I said, we are a family of 7, but that can increase depending on if you have sprinklers, if you have a pool, that can just bump up your bill. And don't forget about those pesky leaks. Thankfully, Thankfully, Saws Energy has actually upgraded all of their water meters, and so it is electronic, and you actually can get notified if they notice a continual leak that is going on in your household. And so we had something like that happen a couple weeks ago. Somebody forgot to turn off the water faucet outside, and it was just a very, very, very slow leak, but it was just a continual usage of water. And so we got notification from Saws and just did a little investigation throughout the house, and like I said, found out that somebody had forgotten to turn off the water faucet outside. And so thankfully we got that notification, otherwise our water bill would have been significantly higher. So thankful for that. But like I said, the water bill is just something that people kind of forget about, and they don't take that into consideration when they are, thinking about water usage and utilities. So, like I said, just make sure that you budget and account for that when you are planning your move here to San Antonio. Transportation costs. So San Antonio is a driving city. We do not have big public transportations that you would see in some of the other major cities. So, you got to make sure that you factor in gas. And if you're traveling up to Austin or even to the Houston area, make sure that you budget in some toll fees as well in case you don't want to go on those major roads. And if you haven't heard it on my previous videos, my kids are really into basketball. My older three actually are on a club team, and so some nights we have to divide and conquer. My son's practices are thankfully this season a little closer, but my daughter's practice is a lot further away just because gym space here in San Antonio is very limited. And so, with traffic, sometimes we're commuting up to 45 minutes one way to get to her practices. And so, when you take that into consideration, that's a lot of driving. And so you can imagine the toll that it takes not only on your car, but then, gas as well. So make sure that you're factoring in transportation costs as well when you are looking for a home here in San Antonio and where to live as well. So let's talk about lifestyle. If you have kids, you know that childcare is a huge factor. Daycare prices can range anywhere from $800 to $1,000 per month per child, and summer camps can range anywhere from $150 to maybe $300 per week per kid. And so Mother's Day Out programs, those are a little bit more affordable, but even then that can range anywhere from $400 to $600 a month, and all those expenses obviously add up. Now, if your kids are a little bit older and you want to get them involved into sports, of course you can get them involved into some recreational leagues such as YMCA or I-9, and that's going to cost me about $200 to $400 per season. But if you want to get them into a more competitive environment, just be prepared to spend a lot more money, not only for the training, but then also for tournament fees and entry fees into the complex where they're playing. In terms of entertainment, it's actually a lot more affordable to do family entertainment out here, especially compared to other big cities. The zoo membership, SeaWorld, Fiesta Texas, you can actually do a lot of those things without breaking the bank. So what are the hidden fees that maybe some people forget about? Well, let's talk about HOAs. There are a lot of HOAs out here in San Antonio. Some of them are run on a yearly basis, and so most of them can range about $200, maybe $300 per year, but if you're living in a gated community, those prices can increase, and you can maybe expect to pay anywhere from $150 to maybe $200 per month. Food is another hidden cost because there's no way to get around it. I mean, we all have to eat, right? And the grocery bills, the food costs, they are increasing not only here in Texas, but across the whole United States. And so everybody's feeling it. However, HEB is the go-to here in San Antonio and actually all of Texas. They really make it a point to try and make it affordable for people. And if you have a bigger family like mine, you can obviously go to Costco. We love Costco. And if you're looking for a healthier alternative, San Antonio actually has two right now, Trader Joe's location. I think December 2025 or early January 2026, there's actually going to be 3 Trader Joe's here, and then there's also Whole Foods and Sprouts as well. If you're moving here from out of state, obviously, you know, San Antonio is Military City, USA, but families also move here for different industries as well, and so there's a lot of hidden costs that go into moving, because while you may have your furniture and all this stuff for a house, you know, when you move, you still have to restock your fridge. You've got to buy the spices, you've got to get the cleaning supplies, you've got to, you know, take the time and the effort to unpack. And so while you might have budgeted for that and maybe you get reimbursed for some of that, you know, when you don't have everything there, you have to eat out, and all those costs definitely add up. So the big takeaway is, you know, the truth is San Antonio is a very affordable place to live. But if you plan for the whole thing and the bigger picture, $2,000 mortgage may sound great until you add $500 for utilities, $200 for HOA and insurance, $600 for childcare, $400 for gas, and maybe another $1,000 for groceries. And so, you know, this is all obviously lifestyle dependent. You know, your budget can increase or decrease depending on, you know, what you guys, you know, are used to. But it's important to, you know, make a full budget breakdown so that way you can plan accordingly. If you found this information helpful, please go ahead and check out my other videos where I do another real budget breakdown for a San Antonio family. And if you're moving here, I'd love to help you find the right home or rental that actually fits into your budget. Remember, all of my contact information is down below in the description area. And don't forget to please like this video and subscribe to my channel so that way you don't miss the next one. And I hope to connect with you guys soon. And until next time, have a great day. Bye.